If you enjoy both African hunting and older rifles, double rifles, bolt action rifles of Holland & Holland, Rigby, Wesley Richards, Jeffery, Mauser, please hit the subscribe button below and join our community where we discuss this. Today we take a look at another proprietary WJ Jeffery caliber, and the rifle we'll be looking at is a 400 Jeffery, better known as the 450 400 3-inch. Now the 400 Jeffery or 450 400 3-inch was a true Jeffery development. If we look at some of the other 450 400s, the 3 1/4 inch and the 2 3/8 inch, both of those were developed on the 450 400 3 1/4 inch Black Powder Express. And when the Black Powder Express was loaded with cordite, it did present with some extraction issues. So Jeffery actually took the original 450 400 3 1/4 inch dimensions. They moved the neck a little bit forward, shortened the case to 3 inches exactly, and also standardized the actual diameter of the bullet they used. So the diameter of all Jeffery rifles in 450 400 3-inch is 0.410 inch, where if you look at the 450 400 3 1/4, it's not uncommon. There's actually 3 different diameter bullets that are fired in that rifle. The WJ Jeffery development of the 450 400 3-inch was actually developed in 1902 as a caliber with a rimmed cartridge, developed for use in single shot falling block rifles as well as double rifles. And as I said, it never had any connections with the black powder cartridge whatsoever. One of the characteristics of the 450 400 3-inch is it's really a great penetrating caliber with very mild recoil. And the actual rifle we were looking at today was manufactured in that period between 1907 and 1910. The rifle came supplied in a leather and brass case, and on the inside everything fits pretty snugly, and we'll take a look at it in a little more detail in just a second. So on the left hand side it has a compartment that opens. It has a spare key in there, and a spare set of firing pins. Comes with an oil bottle, cleaning rod, and then on the other side it has a compartment for all the cleaning brushes. The Jeffery rifle we're taking a look at was recently refurbished in London. And as you can see, the wood's still in pretty good nick. It's a box lock rifle, very characteristic of the time. The sling attachment with really big eyes. It does not have ejectors, and neither does this rifle have any side clips. But we'll take it apart, put it in the gun box, and have a more detailed look at it in just a second. Looking at the contents in a little more detail, just a couple of comments. Firstly, the round third bite characteristics of so many Jeffery rifles. Very well engraved, very nicely done on this set of barrels. Then the over enthusiasm or optimism, actually 4 additional blades on a double rifle going out to 400 yards. Which is truly very optimistic in a caliber of this rifle of this caliber. And then a very nice adequate bead for older eyes on the front ramp. Very well put together, fits the case very well. As I said, the space for the kind of brushes on that side. Very simple red recoil pad, wood in pretty good nick, and then coming back to the box lock action, I'll try and focus in really well, but the engraving on this Jeffery is pretty well done. I'll just stop. I think here we can see the very nice scroll engraving on this Jeffery in a little more detail. Yeah, very well put together, very nicely done, and actually from a rifle from 1907 to 1910, very well preserved. Very obvious that this rifle didn't do a lot of shooting. If you look at the barrels, they're still really nice and bright and shiny on the inside. So sometimes you're still lucky in getting a rifle that's old but hasn't done a crazy amount of work. From an ammunition and component perspective, I think we're very, very lucky in the sense that Ruger decided to chamber the 450 403 inch in its single shot falling block rifles, and that triggered Hornady to actually reload or put ammunition out for this caliber. So you can actually buy 450 400 Nitro Express 3-inch cartridges loaded with 400 grain dangerous game expanding and solids from Hornady today. And that's really what I do. That's where I get my cases from. I will pull the bullets and reload them just because the rifle doesn't regulate at that specific speed. The Hornadys are loaded at about 2050 feet per second, which is really almost smack bang where Kynoch originally loaded the 450 400 3-inch or 450 400 Jeffery. They loaded a 400 grain bullet at just about 2,100 feet a second. So unfortunately, the rifle that I have doesn't like that velocity. It regulates at about 1,950 feet a second, so I had to download a little bit. But in any case, as I said, the beauty of the 450 400 and 3-inch is that you stick to the 0.410 inch diameter bullet. There's no risk of having a different diameter bullet go through that rifle. So Woodley offered both the 400 grain round nose soft. They offered a 400 grain full metal jacket, and then also at the back they offered the hydro solids in 0.410 400 grain. So very nice choice of bullets that you can use. And as I said, one of the beauties of this specific caliber is limited recoil with awesome penetration. That 400 grain bullet really does penetrate very well on dangerous game in Africa. So a rifle that it's not that tough to reload, plenty of components, plenty of ammo available, so something that can be truly enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this short review of 3 very fine firearms made many, many years ago by a very fine British gunmaker, W.J. Jeffery. And hopefully pretty soon we'll have the opportunity again to review some other fine firearms.